where so gallantly stream, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Guys, you may stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States,
Visible, liberty and justice for all.
What a way to start a rally. For those
Johnny's
who
here.
don't know me, my name is Pete Cianelli,
Johnny's here.
and I'm thrilled to see so many people here today. Chan, where's my phone? I got some things to say. After hearing Tony sing the national anthem, I lost track of everything. Thank you. You know, I'd like to introduce our host to you for this event. They're out someplace. We have Captain Clay over here. Captain, raise your hand. And Marian Rivera. We have John Carlson. Dominic Labardy. And of course, where's my co-host, Palin Smith? Palin, why don't you come up here? There you are. Come on up, Palin. I'm only going to give the mic to Palin for 3 seconds.
Fair, I should get at least 3 minutes. Palin Smith, the administrator of the Connecticut Trump Group. It's the largest all-resident of Connecticut group for Trump in Facebook, inside or outside the GOP. That's what I like to say. You show me the statistics, and I'll show you my statistics. So today we're here in East Haven. We got a nice crowd. We got. Oh, I'm going to move up a little bit more, so I'm not used to talking on a microphone. I'm used to talking to the mirror to be able to know how to talk to a microphone. So I'm just going to. So I always say, everybody asks me, how do we turn Connecticut from a blue state to a red state? It's very simple. First, you got to have rhythm. You got to be able to swing. First, you swing over to a swing state, and then you swing over to a battleground state, and then finally, like they did in Florida after 12 years, they became a red state. And we've been doing the same thing in Connecticut. It might be a little harder to do, but gee, nothing worth doing isn't hard. We know that, we're hard workers. So I want to let you know that the group Connecticut for Trump this year is focusing on the 3rd district. We endorsed Michael Massey for Congress 5 months ago. We're following him all over the state. We're creating pictures like that banner. That was a picture from Hamden 2 weeks ago. We put into a banner, and we hope to send him to Washington, D.C. and be just like that picture. Now, we've got some upcoming events. I just want to briefly say, after today, we have the Guilford Parade in the 21st, which is a week and a day from now. We're going to have a white limousine horse with a rider carrying an American flag, a big American flag, followed by that banner, followed by Michael Massey and an entourage of his supporters. We probably have 30 people there following And that to show everybody in Guilford and around the district, because it'll be all on our videos, the support, not only for Michael Massey, but I hate to say it, the negative feelings for his opponent. You ever heard of a person named Rosa DeLauro? I was told by a Republican that that's not nice to say, that I was weird and I was not nice. I think those are not Republican or conservative words. I think those are liberal words. So I don't believe them. So anyway, after the Guilford Parade, we have a Trump-Massey car parade into the 3rd District. We're going to go on October 5th. These are just the highlights of some upcoming events. October 5th, we're looking for volunteers in the 3rd District. If you can drive a car, if you have a big convertible, if you have a classic car, see me, sign up. We're looking for maybe 50 cars, that's all we need. And then I'm just about wrapped up. You said I can talk. I haven't even started my comedy routine yet. Come on, man. And then, of course, we have a march across the Aragonese Bridge on the 13th, exactly 1 month from now. And we're hoping we would get a couple hundred people march across the bridge. And we're going to have blacks and whites and every denomination within. And we're going to march across the bridge. And it's a march away from the Democrat Party for anybody who wants to join us. At the Middletown side of the bridge, we're going to hook arms and we're going to sing "We Shall Overcome." And we're going to take a video of that and send it viral on Truth Social. Anyway, that's just a little bit what I can say, but I can't talk any longer. And I did all that in one breath. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to raise one more. Since 2016, this man has been amazing what he does for the Republicans and for President Trump. And I'm going to have a young lady say a few words before we start the program. She's my mother. And she's going viral on TikTok with over 200,000 views. Mom, who do you support?
Trump.
Who's he gonna beat?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, Joe. Nice job, Mom. If you guys go on TikTok, go on, what's yours, Joel? Mama Jules. She's 105. And in a few minutes, I'm going to introduce a member of President Trump's Finance Committee, Don Labardy, but not yet. And I'm sure he's going to get the ear to Rose Cianelli, who supports him, and she's all over the place. But to get this everything going, I'm going to call up the East Haven Republican Town Chairman. And before I say anything and introduce his name, this is the first time that the Republicans of East Haven has supported a Trump rally. Maybe this is why they can't win. And I hope Eric changes the tune. Eric Kopernicki, come on up here. How about a nice round of applause for our new town chairman?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out today. And before I say my couple words that I wrote down to share with you, I want to tag on to what Peter just talked about. I'm retired military, 25 years of service. I spent about 13 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now I'm retired. When you want to win, even if you don't agree with people or someone's style that's leading you, you have to bind together to win. When we fracture and we don't work together, even though we may disagree with the style of the person leading, it just lets someone else, another party, put their values and force them upon us and our family. We can't do that. We have to stick together and come out and vote and support each other. And so with that, I can share a few. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, It is my great honor as the chairman of the East Haven RTC to welcome you all to today's rally organized by Peter C&L. We are gathered here not for a political rally, but as a community committed to shaping a brighter future for our towns, our state, and our country. In these challenging times, the choices we make matter more than ever. The decisions we make today will impact the lives of our families, the growth of our businesses, and the well-being of our children. It is gatherings like these where our voices come together, that we remind ourselves of the power we have when we stand united. Our party stands for freedom, prosperity, and opportunity. We believe in listening to the concerns of the people, working hard to create solutions, and making sure no one is left behind. But we can only succeed with your active. Our town committee has set up a tent with the registrar and 2 assistants. It's that blue tent right there. If you need to register to vote, go ahead and do that. Or if you have switched towns and need to update that, go ahead and do that. That's your opportunity right there. Also, we also need your support. If you want to volunteer and get off the couch and bench and come on out and actually make things happen, the good thing when you volunteer with a political party like ours, what you do matters and you make changes in your community. So today, let us energize one another, let us speak for what we believe in, and let us prepare for the journey ahead. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you all for being here, for your commitment, and for your belief in the values we share. Let's make this rally a powerful step forward for our community. Thank you.
Yeah, nice job out there. Thank you so much. And, you know, I'm so humbled to be standing here and seeing everybody. You guys are great. But the next young woman I want to call up is so special. She's with the Connecticut GOP. She's a state central committee woman. She's a Trump supporter, and she's changing the mindset of the Connecticut Republican Party. Kim Marie Mullin, where are you, Kim?
How's everybody doing tonight? Get some energy in here, right? I typically don't have a speech because I'm very passionate about what I speak about. But I didn't want to keep talking and talking and talking, so I had to write some stuff down so I can really hammer the points tonight. Because this is important. This is really, really important. And I'm so excited to see all of you here tonight because that means you're paying attention. You are not a bunch of sheep. Right? You see what's going on here. And you know what's going to happen if we don't stop it. So good evening, Patriots! My name is Kim Marie Mullin, and I'm the CTGOP State Central Rep for District 14. That's Milford, Orange, West Haven, and Woodbridge. This is not my district, but Connecticut is my district. That's right. When I was invited to this tonight, I was honored to come and speak because I've got a lot to say. So I'm here tonight supporting our endorsed Republican candidates for state office. Some of them are here tonight, so I hope they are making their rounds tonight and introducing themselves to you so they can tell you why they stood up for us and are running for us, okay? I am also here to support our CTGOP endorsed candidate for president, President Donald J. Trump. I want to start by asking how many people tonight here have a Trump sign, a Trump dance sign on their front lawns. Raise your hand. I want to ask how many people here have 2 Trump fan signs on their lawn. Raise that hand. I've spoken to a lot of people in my district and outside of my district, Republicans, and I asked them why they do not have signs to support President Trump. And many of them told me they're afraid. They're afraid to put a sign on their front lawn. They're afraid of their neighbors' reactions. They're going to lose family members. They're going to lose family members over this? Do you think that the people who are supporting the other candidate are afraid to put signs on their lawns? Of course not. So why don't we have that same right? Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of being bullied. Right? I want to take my country back. Because where we were a few short years ago, it was being run correctly. The quality of life we enjoyed under President Trump is in great contrast to where we are today. I live alone. I support myself, and I will tell you, it is so difficult to save money in 2024 under the Biden-Harris administration. I actually worry at night. I'm losing sleep at night because of the wars that are going on around our world. Because of my safety. You should see me at the gas station. I have a plan. I have to run. I have to look around. I look under my car. Every car that comes next to me, I'm worried about being carjacked. You know, it's very, very scary with the illegal immigration and also the sad reality of what is happening to our children today in this country. I grew up with values. I grew up with pride, and I had a sense of self. I was taught by my parents, my school, and my church to be a proud American. These children today are lost souls. They are lost. It is heartbreaking to see that everything good has been taken away from them, including their identity. How did this happen? The madness has got to end, and the only way this is happening is if we take action now and put somebody in office that's going to fix this mess. We are being gaslit every single day. The true state of the U.S., we are weaker than we've ever been. Under the Biden-Harris administration, 1.3 million Native Americans lost their jobs, while 635,000 foreign workers gained employment. This stark contrast had led to increased criticism from conservative lawmakers and commentators who argue that current policies are hurting American workers. I don't know what more we have to do to prove to people that this is happening. I mean, you just have to open your eyes and look around. You can see it for yourself. I work in Manhattan. I'm there every single day, and I have to step over families from other countries that are just sitting there begging. They're sitting in clean clothes with brand new cell phones, and they're residing in luxury apartments and hotels around the city. They have set up camps all over the sidewalks. Their children have clean, fresh blankets, brand new strollers, and beautiful little stuffed animals. I never see them without a Dunkin' Donuts beverage in their hand. But you know what else I see? I'll tell you. Just a few feet away, I see homeless veterans sitting there. No clean sheets for them at the end of the day, no free meals, and no respect. This is how we treat our own under the leadership of Biden and Harris. It's disgraceful. It's utterly disgraceful, and you know what? It's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I was taught as a child that when the plane goes down, everyone's first instinct is to help people around them, but you can't. You can't. You have to fight that instinct. Why? Because you have to put that oxygen mask on yourself and help yourself first. Because if you don't, you can't help others. Well, we need to help ourselves first. America needs to be first. just continuing to help themselves while Americans all over our great nation suffer every single day. And guess what, everyone? It's just gonna get worse. It really is. It's gonna get worse. So what am I saying to you all tonight? And I'm having the privilege to speak to you, and I hope you agree with me. I say no more. No more! It is time for us to be brave. It is time for us to stand up for what we believe in. Charlie Kirk said it best by stating, a vote is not sending a Valentine. It's a chess move for the world we want to live in. When your hatred for one man is greater than your love for our country, maybe you're the problem. I'll wrap up by saying this. I love this country. I love this country. And this is why I support our endorsed Republican candidate for president, President Donald J. Trump. As well as all of our endorsed candidates who stood up and are brave, and they're running for office in the state of Connecticut, which will be great again soon, coming soon. God bless you and God bless America!
Isn't she great? How about come on, a bigger one for her? Right. I'm happy to introduce to you New Haven Republican Town Chairman, John Carlson. Now, before he comes up here, you know, this young man has changed the Republican Party in the inner city. They had 0 Republicans. They used to win by 98%. He's worked so hard these last 4 to 6 years. This guy's an angel. I'm proud to call him my friend. John Carlson, New Haven RTC.
Hardly the rock star, but these two guys are incredible. They work hard. They put this together. This is the second or third one they put together. He is right. New Haven is a battle, but every year we grow. When I first got involved about 6 years ago, the registrar would send me the numbers every month. Every month there'd be like 5, 8 new Republicans. A couple years later, 10, 15 Republicans. Last year, 20, 25. This year, I'm very happy to say, every month it's been 30 or more, and this month we actually had almost 60 new Republicans. We're trying to wake people up and organize. Sometimes it's one at a time. But without an RTC, without Republicans actually being vocal, it doesn't happen because they only hear from one voice. For instance, when they raised the car tax a few months ago, the headline was, they fixed it, not they raised it. So I'm very thankful to have candidates running. Closer to the mic, okay. So I'm very happy to have candidates running, especially against taxman Martin Looney. And I want to have his opponent come up and say a few words, Mr. Steve Orsoco for Senate 11. He's been working out in preparation for the battle.
How's everyone doing tonight? So, as John alluded to, Haven is an extremely tough place to run, as you can imagine. We are outnumbered in New Haven 12-1 Democrat Republican. It is literally the liberal hub of the entire state, which is why nobody wants to run, not to mention how much you are taxed as a Republican. I can't even tell you the stories of me, my family, getting attacked day in and day out. But it's made me much stronger. It makes me want to fight that much harder. So with that said, I want people to understand the current state of New Haven. Obviously, this isn't my district. I have New Haven, Hampden, but I share it with Michael Massey, running for Congress. Now, he's going against Rosa DeLauro, who's been in office since 1990, that's 17 terms. Martin Looney, who I'm going against, was elected in 1980 before I was even born. That's 44 years, 22 terms in office. So not only do we need term limits, but it's also an abuse of power. Because at some point you can't compete with somebody like that because they have so many people in their back pockets. From a number standpoint, this is what I want to get to. For people to understand this whole vote blue no matter who cancer that's going across this country. So, let's talk about the people in office. Rosa DeLauro, Democrat, Congress. Both state senators, Democrat, Martin Looney and Gary Winfield. All state reps, Democrat. All 30 wards have 30 aldermen, every single one is Democrat. The Board of Education, they are all Democrats. So what's the common denominator? It's Democrats. We have not had a mayor, a Republican mayor in New Haven since 1953. Now, what are the results in New Haven? Well, in the entire state of Connecticut, we are ranked dead last in education. We are first in violent crime. We are first in fentanyl overdoses. Some of the highest taxes in the entire state. They raised our taxes again this year as usual. And these are things that have to change. Don't forget, New Haven was also at the forefront for the defund the police movement in the city that has the most crime. So I keep on asking myself, how does this happen? This is why I'm running. I saw someone here holding up a sign that said, common sense. At some point you have to have common sense, say, you know something? We need to vote for the other side to see what they can do. And even if, there they are, right there in the back. And even if we vote all these Republicans in and they fail, go ahead and vote your Democrats back in. But at least give us a chance to fight and show you what we can do for you.
Public
So
benefits
I don't want to
charge.
talk too long. I know it's a lot of other people here. But Trump 2024, Ultra MAGA, let's go.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Our next speaker is a wonderful young man. He's from Waterbury. Oh yeah, before I start off, a couple of guys are going to be going around with a bag. Eric has donated his time for us, and usually I couldn't get anybody here to do it for less than $500. Eric says, Pete, whatever I make, we're going to do it. And Dom, who is on the finance committee for Trump, he said any extra money he's going to hand directly to Trump for the campaign. So if you guys could take out a few dollars out of your pocket, it will help us out and help Eric out. Because Eric, thank you so much for everything you're doing. Okay, now the next gentleman I'm going to have up, he is the surrogate for the 850,000 Latinos for Trump. 850,000. So Rubin Rodrigues from Waterbury, he's the minority leader. Big round of applause for Rubin.
How's my people doing today? My name is Rubin Rodrigues. I'm from the city of Waterbury. I feel the same pain that New Haven feels right now, but we're gonna change that this year. We're gonna change it because we need more people like you guys to step up to the game and change Connecticut like we did in Florida. My name is, I've been a minority leader this year. I'm a surrogate for Latinos Americans for Trump. So I'm really passionate for what our president's been doing for all of us. And we promise that Connecticut is getting to that point. And we're gonna change that. There's a lot of Latinos that are being changing from blue to red. And we're seeing it every single year. We went from a 28% voting Republican in 2016 when he came in. that now we have 38% of Latinos voting for Trump in 2024, and it keeps growing and growing because we need that change. We cannot go back to what we have right now because we cannot go back to what this administration has been doing to every single state. Kamala says that when she said in the debate that she said that the government should not control the bodies of a woman. Well, how about when they came out and they wanted to vaccinate everyone and it's mandatory? So what are we saying? She's contradicting herself in these situations and she knows it. And our fighter, our Trump fighter, that's why he's not gonna do another debate, because a fighter doesn't go back and say, I want a rematch, like she did. Because she knows that she lost that debate and she has lost the election in November, and that's why she wants to come back and do another debate with him to make it, trying to make it better. I'm the regional director for the Republican National Hispanic Assembly. So I'm in charge all the way from Pennsylvania to Maine. So I have to deal with a lot of stuff. We need Pennsylvania, and we're getting it. I've seen a lot of change in Pennsylvania. So we want to do that in Connecticut too. We want to have that change, and it takes every single person of you to start knocking doors, to start making calls, to start helping those people that are running in the state, because Trump needs not just, we need more for Trump, but we need our people too in Connecticut to win this election. So we could change the way that this state is being controlled, because it's going downhill really, really fast. This state, when I came here to this state, it was a red state, and it was the most beautiful state. Okay, I came from Chicago to this place right here, and it was the most beautiful state. And then when Democrats took over, we have seen the change. We had Roland. It was a great state, and now look at what these people have done to the state. So it takes every single person of you to continue doing the hard work, to continue doing what it needs to be done to have our next president, our next again president, to win and to have to change Connecticut to red once again. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I'm going to be around. I'm Rubin Rodrigues, minority leader from Waterbury, and I'm changing that district too. We have a Coach Logan in that district to win against Johanna Hayes, another person that is a squad from the squad, that team. So we're going to win the 5th district, we're going to win the 3rd district, and we're going to win
family was based right here out of East Haven, Connecticut. And I want to highlight someone here tonight who isn't going to come up and speak, but I sure wish he would. And that's my grandfather, Charlie, who's right over there. Wave your hand, Poppy. He's a longtime East Haven resident, a hard-working family man who made his career by pulling up his bootstraps and was a part of the blue-collar backbone of the American workforce. He could operate any machinery and build a house better than a couple of illegal aliens. But an interesting fact about him is, much like many of you here today, I'm sure, he was once a registered Democrat. But much like Ronald Reagan and now RFK, he understood that the party left him. We didn't leave the party. The party that my grandfather believed in, the Democrat Party that he believed in, stood up for the American worker and promoted family values. But that is only a memory. They have now been hijacked by a radical group of extremists with Kamala Harris as their leader. Now, though I found politics interesting from a young age, and by young I mean 14 because I'm only 21, the journey to politics wasn't always guaranteed. I was raised by my incredible parents, Dana and Chad, who lived right down on Cozy Beach Avenue for a number of years. And we were raised with hard work, faith, family, and the bedrock principles that have made America great. But as you may be, what really lit the fire in my belly for politics was when President Donald J. Trump came down those golden escalators and announced his candidacy for President of the United States in 2015. From that moment, I, like many of you, realized that we had a true fighter on our side. And for someone who's always being called selfish, Donald selflessly gave up his billionaire lifestyle and relaxation and fame to be involved in one of the most tumultuous political careers in American history. In just a few short years under Biden and Harris, does anyone here like Joe Biden? Okay, I'm just checking. But under these 3.5, almost 4 years, we've watched the progress that President Trump has made unravel before our eyes. Let's start with the southern border. What an absolute disaster. Under the Trump administration, the border was the most secure in 4 decades. Yes, that's important. Crossings were down, legal immigration was based on merit and love of country. The drug epidemic was starting to come to an end, and our ICE agents had the resources they need. Now under Kamala Harris, the so-called border czar who hasn't even seen the border, she has managed to turn every state and town in this country to a border state and a border town, and that is not an exaggeration. How many times do you see these gangs running up and down the streets in their quads and their motorcycles? That's it right there. With millions and millions of illegal aliens pouring in, every corner of America is feeling the impact. And every time I'm reminded of the border, I think of a beautiful young woman who wasn't much older than me. Her name was Laken Riley. Does anyone know who Laken Riley is? Let me say her name. She left her parents and went back to school, much like I recently did for another semester, and never came home because a nasty, criminal, illegal alien brutally murdered this young American. This is the direct result of the Biden-Harris administration. While she is dining and entertaining billionaire elites, American families like mine and yours are feeling the effects of this administration, and it needs to stop now. Our veterans are some of our bravest members of society, and they're also seeing the impact of the illegal immigration. Between veterans and illegal aliens, who do you think is getting preferential treatment from the Biden administration? The illegals. So let me get this straight. We are going to cast out those who fought to defend our freedoms and our laws and protect those who broke the law. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? And I want to touch briefly on the economy. And I want to be clear, this is not a transitory issue like the Biden administration is trying to sell you. This affects every single one of us. Under the Biden-Harris administration, Americans are experiencing the worst inflationary period in over 40 years. When Biden took office, the inflation rate was at a manageable 1.4%. And I'm pursuing a degree in finance at Fairfield, so I know that that was a manageable inflation rate that the Fed actually incurs. But now, thanks to reckless spending, trillions in debt, and new government programs, which don't even help us, the people that deserve it, we had one of the biggest surges in inflation in my life.